what's going on? It is a happy Wednesday, and I want to congratulate you for making it through halfway through your week and making it into the weekend here pretty soon, just a couple days. And I just, I'm feeling good today. I don't know what it is. I think that things are just starting to clear up a little bit. My mind's getting clear. Things are starting to really fall in line and just having a good time, right? So thank you for being here. If you're showing up live, throw in a hashtag live. If you're showing up on the replay, throw in a hashtag replay. Let me know you're here. I'd love to give some shout outs, things like that, be able to just have a conversation, right? Let's be social a little bit. But anyways, today what we are going to do is another walkthrough. Now, I will just kind of get rid of the elephant, or address the elephant in the room, I guess you'll say, and get rid of that. I did not get on last week. It was a crazy, hellish week. And just being honest, I was really inside of my head last week. And I just had a hard time keeping things straight. I had a hard time really grasping a lot of things that were happening and just around me and just around what's going on in the world, and just had a tough time. So I just want to say that we're back at it. We're keeping on track, and hopefully we'll make this a really good one here. So today we're going to talk about a tool. This is a really cool tool that I think is really fun to have. It's called Friend Connector, and Friend Connector today is what we can use to be able to automate some of the friend requesting that happens in groups. And so a lot of people use groups right now to go through and connect with different types of friends. And sometimes you have a specific idea of who you want to connect with, right? So what we want to do is we want to connect with those people. We want to put them in our audience. We want to be able to engage with them. We want to have conversations with them. And we want to be able to potentially see if they can be a customer, a future business partner. Maybe we've got something that we can help them with. Whatever the case may be, that's what you use this tool for, right? To connect with those people. And I've used it quite a few times, and I don't use it every time I go out and do stuff. Usually it's here, couple times a week, I'll let the tool run. It really helps save time if you know that you want to just get a bunch of people on your friends list and build that friends list up, especially if you've done a purge. For example, if you've taken a bunch of inactive people off of your list. So early on, I talked about Friend Filter. That was one of the first walkthroughs that I did. And that talked about how to identify who's inactive. And let's say you've gone through and you've taken those people off your list and you want to build back up with new people. You can use Friend Connector to do that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to really just show you guys exactly what I'm talking about in terms of what Friend Connector can do. So here we've got, this is just my normal Facebook page, and looks like, we got some stories going up there. There's our story. My wife made some Nephilim soup. It's good stuff. But anyways, so we've got this tool up here, this little guy up here called Friend Connector, right? And when I open this, what you're going to see, oh, hey, check that out. It actually didn't open up the way I wanted to. Sweet. So we are going to actually change this. Here we go. See, this is live, guys. This is not pre-recorded. I want to open up entire screen, and we're going to go screen 2. So turns out that when you're sharing a screen, you can't actually open up the Chrome extensions. And there we go. All right, we're back in business. So sorry about that. So anyways, this is what Friend Connector looks like when you're on your home screen. And the reason why it says this delete pending friend requests is because I'm on the home screen. There's nowhere here that I can actually add friends, right? There's nowhere here that I can actually put forth a list of people that I want to start adding friends from. But I will talk about this feature real quick, just a little bit, to show you just kind of what it can do and how it can help you. So if you want to go through and delete your pending friend requests, I don't want to do that today. But if you wanted to do that, there's a button here that just says delete all. What that's going to do is that's going to go through your pending outgoing friend requests, ones that you've sent out, because that's what this tool is all about. This tool does not handle a lot of incoming. This tool is just to handle outgoing. So this is going to actually help you remove all of those. That's really all about that it does on this page. But I'm going to go to a group here real quick, and I'm going to use a group that I know is very active. And I'm actually going to go pull up the ClickFunnels groups. And we're going to go through here. And let's wait for this to load. Boom. I'm sure Facebook's going to be slow because I'm doing a screen share at the same time. But we're going to go into the ClickFunnels group and we're going to go into the members tab. Okay. And this is something very important to remember with the Friend Connector tool is that you have to be in the members tab in order to get the full functionality of the tool to show up. So now when I go up to Friend Connector and I click on that guy, you see a different view. And you notice I've got a few things in here already. And these are things that I've used as keywords for me. I'm just going to leave those in there because I am a network marketer. I want to find people who are also showing themselves as network marketers. You could do any keywords in here. You could do CEO. You could do self-employed. You could do boss babe. You could do boss mom. You could do mom boss. You could do dadpreneur, whatever the case may be. You could have any keyword in here and it will find the keywords. Now those keywords that it's looking for is what is in their actual description, right? So here, if we scroll down and we see, look at that, realtor, right? You could look for realtor. You could work for digital marketing director. You could work for, look at this, developer. I think that's supposed to be develop a newer, but maybe whatever. CEO, owner, universidad, all those kinds of things. You can search for those things in the tool. So we're going to leave it what I have right here. And the lookup interval. So this is something really important. Facebook has a lot of tools out there to identify automation because Facebook doesn't really like automation. We as business people like automation. Automation gives us our time back. That gives us the ability to get the things done that we need to get done in the day, but not have to sit here for hours filtering through each person. You can filter people after the fact if you need to. Yes, it's good to get quality people, but it's also good if you're in a low count for friends to just boost up your friends a little bit. So if you do, the intervals go anywhere between auto, 30 seconds, a minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. These are the intervals that you can use. I like 5 minutes. 5 minutes gets you about 30 requests an hour. You can, I can run it on my lunch break. I can run it on like a 15-minute break, get a few in there. I like to do it at the end of the day if I can, if I remember, and go through and get it running and get that, out there and start doing it. And you have the request limit. You can do a number of requests. So this is nice. You can run it overnight and say, I only want 60 requests to go through. You can see that's the number I use. Or you can set it to infinite. And infinite will just run until you shut it off or until there's a problem. So limited, I like that one. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drop the interval between this 15 and 18 because I don't want to obviously wait 5 minutes in between intervals. And here we go. We've got message groups. I'm just going to hit choose because we'll talk about that in a little bit here. And let's see. Actually, we could do this. We could do no. I'll do some new ones here in a minute. So when we do this, what's going to happen is once I go click run, it's going to actually scroll through automatically and it's going to find all the stuff that it needs to find. So watch this. I hit run. There you go. You can see down in the bottom left, Friend Connector's running. You can see my hands here. I'm not doing anything. This is all the tool doing itself. It's going down and it's finding people that match that keyword, right? So what it's going to do is it's going to keep going through until it finds somebody that says MLM, network marketing, multi-level marketing, brand ambassador, independent business owner, IBO, anything like that. Now, there might not be much here in the ClickFunnels group, but I know it's going to find at least one. And so we're just going to wait here for a minute and see what it does. And we can always stop it and change what we want. I could change it to CEO temporarily if I wanted to. But I want to try to stick with my brand here. And there's 240,000 people in this group. So obviously there's going to be a few extra people, in here that are doing other things. We'll give it just a few seconds. And you can see what's really cool is that it's just sitting here scrolling through. It's just finding the information. It's just trying to see what's going on, who's got what in their bios. And it's trying to find somebody that has that actual keyword in there. And once it finds a person, it's going to stop and it's going to grab what it needs to grab. Let's see here. Okay. So we're probably going to, just so I can show you how all this works, I might stop it here. Okay. We'll just give it a quick stop. Okay. We're going to go back up to the top. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you how it works if we put in CEO, because I think that's going to be easiest to do. Or let's go self-employed, 2 words. And you got to use the comma. So you got to press the comma in order for it to go to the next one. Or then we're going to go self-employed with a hyphen. All right. So let's try that one. There you go. First one. Boom. Fabio Guzman works at Self-Employed. And so what it's going to do is it's going to go through here and it says the script has been started. Everything's running. It's going to take about 15 seconds, maybe 18 seconds. Boom, there it goes. Next one. Going right into self-employed entrepreneur at Self-Employed. That guy hit both keywords. So we're waiting for this to go. And so what you can do with this is, it's going to send friend requests to these people. And now the thing is too, is that you can do a little bit of difference here to try to do this. So I'm going to wait till that one's done. And then once that one's done, I'm going to hit stop here. So you can see that it just flips down to the next people, right? It just boom, 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 goes right down to the next person. So I'm going to hit stop. You notice it stopped that one. So it did not send one to Renea, but you can go up here and you can look at some of the others and we'll see a pending request in some of these. Where'd it go here? So right there, you can see it's got a check mark next to it. Says that, yep, went ahead and did a friend request on that one. And we're going to go up and look here. Boom, there's the other one. Here you got Sam Nuku. That's the other one that it did a friend request on. And then there's the first one that did the friend request on is Fabio Guzman, right? So this is something to really keep in mind, is that it's going to let you know that you did those appropriately as well. And it even has a number up here to show how many that went through. So this is where it can get really cool, right? So what you can do is you can actually set message groups. You notice I had one that said outgoing, but we're going to go ahead and create a new one, right? So we're going to go to message segments, and we have the greetings. We have a standard intro, mutual friends, accepting requests. We're going to do this, and we're going to enter title, and we're going to say group. And we're going to create a message block. And now this is one of those where you create a message block, and then you go ahead and save that. And then what's going to happen is you're going to have different things in there that you can save within that message segment, right? So we're going to say, we're going to go see here. How do I want to do this? I added you because we are both part of the ClickFunnels group. Hope you're having an awesome day. So we're going to do this, save message segment, or here we go, add. And we're going to do ClickFunnels. Right? So now we go create another message. Connecting with you here because we are both part of the ClickFunnels group. Have a great day. Right? So all we're doing is just adding a few different message segments. Now that we've got a few message segments in there, we're going to save that segment. So now you can see we've got ClickFunnels group in here. So now we can go back and we can go to message groups. And I have new outgoing, mutual friends, new incoming. So here we've got I'm going to enter the title CF group. We're going to do message segment. We're going to go standard. We're going to do greetings and then message segment and then ClickFunnels group. So what this is going to do now is it's going to add this as the greetings, the ClickFunnels group. I save message group. Now that's that there. So now here's where the fun begins. I can go back to the home button. It's got it back here. I can choose my ClickFunnels group. I'm going to run this again. Now here's what's really great, right? I can say resume from last search, but I don't necessarily have to do that because it's going to skip over those that I already did a friend request for. So we're going to do a quick run, and you're going to notice it's going to find that one. So that's the one that we left off on, Renea. So watch what happens here. I've got the message group set up. I'm looking for self-employed people. Now it's going to go ahead and send the message. Again, hands off. I am not doing any of this. Here's the message. Hey, Renea, connecting with you here because we're both part of the ClickFunnels group. Have a great day. We're good. And you notice now it's going to the next guy. I'm not touching anything. This is going through the actual, yeah, see, there you go. Hope you're having an awesome day. You can see it switched it. So what it's doing is it's actually going through and it's hitting these people and it's going to their profile and it's adding them. And then what it's doing is it's actually sending them a message and it's looping through the different message groups that I have in there. So now every person that I'm hitting, I'm actually sending them a message right off the bat. And that's giving them like, here, hey, Brandon, what's up? Sending you a friend request since you're both part of the ClickFunnels group. Have a good one. All of these people are getting a message from me. And what's going to happen is some of these people are going to go through and they're going to get, now like this guy's from Saarland. And so I'll let it go through, but this is where you got to get tricky. It's going to get tricky because you'll get people from other locations. But I know that I've gotten a few in there. There's one there. We're on the wrong page here. We're going to go here. And this is the difficulty of doing it fast like this, right? So I want to go ahead and say stop. And you'll notice the difficulty with this is sometimes when you're running it, what'll happen is it'll come back. It'll say, you saw it said it was running, right? And so what's going to happen is sometimes it will actually show that it was running. And and see, now it's still running. So now what I can do is I can just go close this tab. So it sent that. We should be good. We shouldn't have anything running right now. Okay. So this is where it's really important to not have the tool running such a quick succession because you don't really have a lot of time to go back and grab it, right? And so I probably should have made it go like 30 seconds or a minute, but you can see, I mean, all these messages, it looks like that, maybe it, sent them kind of weird, right? It sent them from the old classic view, but check this out. When I go in here in my messenger, watch what you're going to see here, right? Boom, Gavin, Dirk, Brandon, Randy. Here, Randy already responded, right? Randy already gave me a thumbs up and said, yeah, cool. Like, hey, I added you because we're both part of the ClickFunnels group. Hope you're having an awesome day. Thumbs up, boom. That's really the thing here is that you can start those conversations. And now I could go to Randy and I could start, he studied architecture at University of Texas. I could start talking with Randy and be like, hey, how's it going? What are you up to? Start building a conversation, start having that connection, start building that relationship to be able to have that that connection there. So then that way you can start really building that lead. Maybe he turns into a lead, maybe he's not. It doesn't matter. The thing is that maybe he'll start connecting on some of my content, engaging on my content. Maybe he'll Start following me on our fan page. Maybe he'll go start watching some of our YouTube videos because he sees one of our lives and then realizes it streams to YouTube or looks us up on YouTube. Whatever the case may be, having that feature is really nice because you can set it to go, especially if you're going to do it overnight or like on a break or when you're away from your computer. You can set it to go and send all these messages, and then you come back to your machine and you've got a bunch of messages waiting for you of people that probably responded, that probably said, yeah, hey, what's up? Hope you're having an awesome day too, or whatever the case may be. Now, this does not replace finding targeted people. What this is for is if you are trying to rebuild your list of people that potentially could be engaging, refreshing your list with new people, whatever the case may be, this is what this tool is for. It's to help you with that time frame to be able to really recoup some of that time, right? To recoup some of that sync that you put in there in order to find all these targeted people. Sometimes you just need a group of people in there, find some heavy engagers, find some people that want to actually see your content, and then use Friend Filter or a similar tool to go through and actually find the active and inactive people, and then reset those people, remove the people that are not active, and do this again. That's what this is for. This is for you to be able to refresh your friends list, because let's get real here. You need high engagement if you're going to do organic marketing on Facebook. You're not going to be able to get anywhere if people aren't seeing your content. So what you need is Facebook to see that your content is popular, that it's sociable, that you actually have the reach and the influence that they want as far as the Facebook algorithm goes. And you can't do that with only a few hundred friends. So for those of you that are marketers, for those of you that are watching that need stuff like that, that's something that's really important. Now, something that I will admit I've been hit and miss on this one, but there is the incoming. And so if you go in here and you have the, where is it here? Oh, I don't think this one has it anymore. They might have taken it out. So there was one where you had that you could go through and you had the message groups that you could actually have it send a message on incoming, but it doesn't look like that's possible anymore. So not a big deal. We're going to go ahead and leave that alone. But that's really all that Friend Connector does, right? It's automating your friend requesting. So if you've got a group that's a really good group and there's a lot of good people in it, put it in there and just let it hit everybody. If you take the keywords out, it's going to hit every single person in that group. I recommend going by keywords. And the reason being is because there's a really good chance that there's people in these groups that just aren't really that great of a target market, right? They're not really that great of a prospect potentially. So it's more probable that you're going to find some bad connections. Whereas if you have people that are self-proclaiming that they're CEOs, self-employed, whatever the case may be, chances are they are going to be closer to your target market as an online marketer, affiliate marketer, network marketer, trader, doesn't matter what you're doing. Those people are more likely in your market. So again, Friend Connector is the tool. And if I remember correctly, the website to get there is Friend Connector. Actually, you can go to it from the Chrome store. So Friend Connector, Chrome extension. And you're going to want this Friend Connector Pro, because the Pro one is the one that works with the new Facebook, Outlook, right? The new Facebook view. And that's the one that you're going to want to get. And then in here, you have friendconnector.io. That's the site that it takes you to. And here's some other information in here about kind of how those things go. So that's all I've got for you guys today. And I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you dealing through some of my fumbles getting in through here, especially the one where it just wouldn't stop. But hey, it's not my tool. It's just a tool that I use, and it's a tool that I like, and I use it basically every week, at least a couple times a week. And it saved me a lot of time, especially when I want to boost up my friends list a little bit. I've had to start from a very low number of friends because I didn't have a lot of my profile. I never really used my Facebook profile a lot. And this has been able to get me from where I had just a few hundred friends now up to, I believe I'm getting close to 1,200 now if not over 1,200. But I think I'm like 1130, 1140, something like that. And this has only been in the last few weeks. So going through and just using this tool to be able to boost that up, 1153. So just in the last few weeks, I've been able to go through and boost that up and be able to get more friends on my friends list. And the only thing I will say about that, and I just want to be very clear that this is in no way telling anybody that they're doing anything wrong. This is just another way to look at things. If you like going through and doing your friend requests manually, go for it. That's awesome. I do that most of the time because I usually go through pages. You can't use this on pages. You can't use it on people's profiles. Well, actually, I take that back. You can find mutual friends. And so I'm actually going to open this. I'm going to bring this back up just real quick. If you go into the home, and I believe that's this one here for the mutual friends, and you go over here to friends, and then you bring this up, and yes, so you are going to get, so here, there's one more feature here, and I totally forgot about this. The mutual friends, you can say that mutual friends is less than or equal to 10, and you can choose message group and say mutual friends. And I'm going to actually change this to 1 minute at a time. And what I can do is I can just, like, I know I've seen a couple of these people, but I could just do it anyways. And I could say, like, I'm going to go ahead and run this and see what happens. So there's Lisa right there, right? So you can see that it skipped over John, went right to Lisa. I'm actually going to turn the message group off real quick. So we're going to run that. So it skipped over John, went right to Lisa. And you can see here, it's just going to sit here and go on Lisa for a while and go flip through there. We'll turn this back to 15 seconds so that way you can see it go quickly. So there's Lisa, and we'll let it sit here for a minute. It's going to jump down to Kristen here, because what I want to show you is I want to show you what's going to happen when it gets past Kristen. So there's Kristen. Now you can see how Benny's got 11 mutual friends. So this is less than equal to 10. So with Benny having 11 mutual friends, it should skip over Benny and go find the next person that we've got less than 10 mutual friends. Now you might be asking, why would you want less than 10 mutual friends? I'll tell you. If you have people with too many mutual friends on your friends list, you're going to have just a bunch of people that are marketing to each other, and you're not actually marketing to anybody new. That's a really crucial thing that you want to keep in mind when you're actually trying to find people to send friend requests to, is you want to market to people that don't automatically know who you are. Not because you don't want people to know you, but more so because you don't, like, here's it's going a couple more here. So you don't want people to see you automatically as, and I'm just going to stop that there because I don't, most of the time through this one, I do this one manually, but like Carol Gibbons, I don't want her on my list because I've already looked at hers and not really. Deb Dirks, maybe not so much either, but either way, you want people that you can market to that don't immediately know your products, that don't know what you're doing, that don't know what kind of marketing you're doing. And it's nothing you're doing wrong. It's just more of, you're not trying to hide anything. You just want fresh people to talk to. You want people to talk to that aren't doing exactly what you're doing. And if you've got 80, 90, or 100 mutual friends, chances are you're all doing the same thing. You're all trying to connect with each other. And yes, you do want connections with people that have a high level of mutual friends for engagement. You could start there, but that's not always the place to be, because if you stay there too long, your business doesn't grow. So for the real time, that's all I've got for you today. I appreciate you spending your time with me. I appreciate you letting me give you a little bit of my knowledge nuggets here with the automation stuff that I'm doing. And I look forward to seeing on the next video where I'm going to go over a tool that does a couple of these things all at once. It's another tool that does like activity scanner and stuff like that, but there's a few other things as well. So stay tuned for that one. You're going to see that one probably Tuesday. I'll put that one out there as a reminder, and have yourself a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.